Thermomix Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan, and today I want to show you the ease and simplicity of condensed milk. Now, you don't need to buy it in a can anymore. You can actually make it on demand when you've got a Thermomix, and it is so incredibly easy. And I love nothing more as well, the fact that this removes any additives, preservatives, numbers, colors from your food because you're making it with real ingredients. And most of these you can actually make yourself, which is pretty cool too. We'll talk more about that in a second. So let's get started on this recipe. So it says to set aside a sterilized sealable jar ready to use. Now, most of the time you're going to probably use this straight away. That's why you're making it, right? Like I am today. So not going to worry about that. By the way, I've milled some sugar for a different recipe this morning, and I figured I'd just keep going with that bowl. So that's why I love the fact that you can just recycle your bowl if you need to, as long as it's obviously similar. So 40 grams of unsalted butter. Now, if you do have salted butter, that's okay. Oh, 57, a little bit too much. That'll do today though. That's fine. Close enough's good enough. What was I going to say? If you've only got salted butter, that's okay. Roll with your salted butter because it means you skip the salt step when it comes up in a moment. 125 grams of water, so in that goes. All right, see those scales going up? Love the integrated scales. Anyone else watching on, make your own condensed milk instead of buying it. It's so easy, you just watch this. Now on with the lid, and we're gonna let this heat up. We're gonna let it heat up for 3 minutes at 120 degrees, and it's going up to speed 2. You can see that across the bottom. Once that's hot, we are adding milk powder and we are adding sugar, and we're literally done. So I'll be back in 3 minutes. And actually, did I say speed 1 before? Speed 2, guys, who are watching along at home. So I'll be back in 3 minutes and I'll show you the next step. So take care, I'll see you soon. Okay, the time is done, and you can see it's met 100 degrees. It did say it was aiming for 120, but don't stress about that. These guided recipes are triple tested, so you know that they're going to work, okay? But we do want it hot for this next step. So now we add our sugar, 180 grams of raw sugar. Look, if you had icing or pasta, it will work the same, okay? So don't stress about that. Just use what you've got, and you can see it's a lot of sugar. And by the way, I have made it with alternative sugars before, and it worked with things like monk fruit just fine. So 180 grams of sugar. By the way, if you try and go skimpy on this, it won't thicken. It won't get that, you know, beautiful texture to it. So don't skimp on that. And then the last thing is some milk powder. And this is obviously the part that makes it so that it's milky. Now I have also, for those of you dairy free, I have used a coconut milk powder before as well, and it worked. The part that doesn't work when you're getting to that stage is the butter at the beginning. I've not tried with an alternative, so I can't give you a recommendation on that. But if you need to take this part and swap it out, that works. All right, let's finish off. A pinch of salt. I was going to say, where's my salt? Here it is. And as I said, if you use salted butter, you can just skip that out. So that's pretty cool. And let's finish off on with the lid. And this is done in a second. Check this out. 30 seconds, speed 10. Watch this take place. To make your own homemade condensed milk, which you can now make a caramel slice, an ice cream, whatever you want. Talking about ice cream, that's what I'll be making with it. It does need to be cool though, okay? There's no point trying to put this into an ice cream while it's hot. It will just mess up the cream. So you do need to let it chill for the ice cream, and depends what recipe you're using. So let me just pull this aside and let's have a look at that. You can see how creamy textured that is. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Now, if you need a bigger recipe, you'll find a larger recipe on Cookie Dough. Obviously, it takes a little bit longer because you're cooking with more quantities, but a great option. Now, a little tip as well. I always leave a bit of leftovers in the bowl so that I can make a milkshake for the kids. A bit of ice in there, a bit of vanilla, and they are happy campers. But that is how easy it is to actually make condensed milk in your Thermomix. 4 minutes. If you're still buying it, game on at making it yourself. Grab your milk powder because that's handy to have in your pantry anyway. If you go download my pantry and fridge and freezer essentials from my website, which the link's over there, go scan that. You'll find it over there when you subscribe. If you download that, you'll find milk powders on there because it is so handy to have rather than dashing to the shops and buying the fresh milk for these recipes, okay? So, otherwise, guys, have a fantastic day. Take care. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you're learning some hints and tips and skills for your Thermomix so that you can keep getting more and more out of it, because that's what it's about, right? It's great to have it on the bench, but you know, it can be so much more than just a fancy blender or soup maker, and I want it to be more and more for you. So thanks for joining me today. My name is Lisa Keegan from Thermomix Adventures. Check out my website for more resources and tools to help you get more out of your Thermomix, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye for now.